Prompt engineering for chatbots. So good prompt has 6 different components. A role or persona that we give to our large language model. For example, in our case, for our chatbot, we say your AI legal assistant. In this case, we are giving that a persona as a legal assistant. The task is review an NDA doc and provide answers to the following questions. This is the task. Shots, for example, we can give a couple of examples. If the question is unrelated, we define a couple of examples of unrelated questions. Answer like, I'm only a legal assistant, I can help you with that. So this can be a couple of examples we can provide to the model to bring accuracy and provide guardrails. Data, it can be our actual NDA contract. Constraints, we can define a style, tone, for example, be friendly, be professional, etc. An output format, we can define the format we want to receive. It's Markdown, YAML, JSON, depending on what we want to do with this response. Okay, so let's see a quick example I have here for a refund chatbot. We have a really simple refund policy that you can request a refund within 30 days of your purchase the product. Digital products are non-refundable, etc. So we define our policy here, and we want to see how our chatbot works. But one of the most important tasks on prompt engineering for chatbot is intent classification. We want first, before even processing our data and provide answer to the user, we want to say what user is asking for. What if I'm a legal assistant and user is asking how is the weather today or who won the election? So what should be our behavior or our response to that? I'm not creating this application for those type of communications. So intent classification shines here that we can define different user intents, and based on that, we define the LLM behavior. I provided a couple of questions user can ask for user interaction. For example, say I purchased a t-shirt last week but never received it. I want a refund. How they'll answer to that? Or I lost my receipt. Can I get a refund? And one of the refund policy is you should have a receipt and send that through email. Or you say I don't need my subscription anymore. Can I request a refund? That's a digital product. The model should be able to classify the product as a digital and say non-refundable. Or list all of my refund requests. We don't have that data, how the model can answer. Maybe hallucinate, generate some invented response, etc. Or what if, as we said, the user asked who won the election? You shouldn't answer to those type of questions. Or you say, I got a gift from my friend. Can I get a refund for the gift? What should be your answer to that? So based on all of these variables, different type of questions we can have, we can divide our user intents to 5 different categories. You define that based on your application, task you want to define for them. Chatbot, in our case, we defined refund question, refund request. And if you ask for a refund question is about, can I get a refund about my product? Or refund status, someone asks, list all of my refunds, or what happened to them. My money, I didn't receive that in my bank account. Unrelated questions, as we said, asking for a weather, political questions. Unclear or ambiguous question. So unclear is questions that they don't have any much more detail in that. For example, can I one good example I provided here, can I exchange instead of refund? This is not clear for the LLM. Or ambiguous is, can I get a refund without adding more details? So we defined 5 different categories here. And here in our example, we didn't even give, as I said, the policy to the model. So this is GPT-4 mini with temperature 1, topic 1. I gave it a persona, you're a customer support chatbot, help user with refund questions. Given a question, classify it into one of the following intents. So we have 6 different type of intent. I said 5, but we broke unclear and ambiguous in 2 different category. So we have 6 different intents. For example, can I get a refund? We are providing few shots or a couple of examples. Can I get a refund? Ambiguous. Can I exchange instead of refund? Unclear. What is your refund policy? Question. I bought a course yesterday and want to cancel. It's a request, etc. So we gave it a few shots and provided an example or a question, and let's see how we classify the intent. So it says a status request. Why? I requested a refund but never got my money back. This is correct. Or let's this one. How is the weather? Unrelated question. The other one. I purchased a t-shirt last week but never received it. I want a refund. So it should be refund request. Exactly. So we see with a couple of few shots defining the model task, role, and different intents, the intent classification is working fine. So our next step after intent classification is defining guardrails and put that depending on each type of intent user have. For example, what should we do if the user asks unrelated question, or if the question is ambiguous or unclear, or we can't provide, we don't have access to the user profile or refund status, what should we do? So first step is reject unrelated questions. So in this case, in my prompt, we had few shots, etc., and provided the refund policy. And the first guardrail is if user intent is blah, 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 do this. In this case, unrelated question. So if unrelated question, you classify the user intent as unrelated question, do this. I'm here to assist refund related question only. So how is the weather today? Okay, the response is I'm here to assist refund question only, and intent is unrelated question. Ambiguous question. The next guardrail is here. If the user intent is ambiguous, respond by asking for more details, determining eligibility, for example, etc. So can I get a refund? Ambiguous, give me more details. Can you please provide more details about your purchase, such as purchase data, product type, etc. And the LLM made up response. Sometimes when we ask questions, the LLM job at the end is predict answer. They can hallucinate, invent answer, etc. when user asks questions that is not defined in our policy, for example. What if the user actually, what we said, user said, I received this as a gift. Can I get a refund? The model doesn't know about that. Maybe invent something, yes, sure, but it's against our policy, for example. Or the user asks, what if the item I receive is damaged? Can I get a refund or replacement? So in this case, we say, if you don't know about that, please contact if the user intent is unclear or the answer is not in refund policy, let's say, I don't know about that, please contact support. So to prevent making up response, we are telling the LLM, if you don't know about the answer, just say contact this email so they can answer the question. You should 100% base your response on the refund policy and the guardrails I'm giving you. So let's see. The item received is damaged. So it says it's unclear. I don't know about that. Please contact support. So these are some interesting prompt engineering techniques for our chatbot. As I said, we have a lot of stuff to do for chatbots. For example, defining the output format. You can do tool calling, providing constraints, more data instead of providing the policy. For example, here you have a PDF of your policy, how you do that. More example, something I didn't do here, for example, was product classification. We said digital products are not refundable. So, but give me some example. What is a digital product? What is a physical product? So this is other next step we can do for prompt engineering for chatbots.